What's up, guys? Let's have a conversation about Chris Samuels and Monique Samuels from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, they have been in the social media news headlines for the past couple of days because some really dirty stuff has come out, and there are rumors regarding Monique and some alleged things that either did or did not happen between her and someone else, and people were trying to say that she has been unfaithful to her husband. And these are just rumors. We don't know if these things are true or not, but the season has just started, and it has already started on fire because they are not waiting until the middle of the season or close to the reunion to start sharing a lot of things and a lot of feelings that the different housewives have about each other because of different issues. Now, prior to this new season coming out, there were talks about a fight between Monique and Candace, who was another one of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And so Monique and her husband, they went live to shed light on a lot of things. And I know a lot of people are talking about the things that Monique shared, but I really wanted to address the things that her husband, Chris Samuels, said, and why I really applaud this guy. Because of, again, none of us know if these rumors are true or not. I tend to think that they're probably not, and I'll get into why a little bit later in this conversation, but I'm just going to play this video and then I'm going to address the things that I just wanted to touch on.
With Candace was showing me a friendly face, but then she was doing some real shady crap behind my back. So now I'm confused, and I'm like, wait, if Giselle's doing this crap, I get it. I don't fool with her. She's not my friend. I'm expecting for a person who says they're my friend, who we just patched up and said, look, we're going to do better by each other. We're going to look out. I'm expecting for that friend to consider me the same way I would consider them. And that didn't happen. So that's the problem that I have with her. And while she's sitting here on live saying my child's name, which she should not be doing, but she's a child herself, so God forgive her. While she's out here trying to clean up her mess, she's throwing everybody else under the bus, and she finally actually further clarified some of the things that I had been hearing that I didn't even know were completely true. So, you got Candace out here throwing crap, hiding her hand. You got Sharice out here throwing crap, hiding her hand. Now, I know Sharice didn't start the rumor, but she definitely contributed. And I know for a fact, her, the former friend, and another chick were literally on the phone at nights having three-way conversations. And they were literally plotting. How disgusting. How nasty when you are a woman who has been through divorce, who has dealt with infidelity with your own husband. And from what Gisele says, with yourself, with the fireman. Like, what the heck? And the thing that sucks the most about it is that they all know that it's some made up BS. Now, I'm going to address something about Ashley right now. So while y'all sitting back and y'all saying, oh, you didn't do this with Ashley and you moved on with Ashley. Well, guess what Ashley did? Ashley, once we made up, Ashley told me about everything that was going on. She wasn't at the dinner, and she did not want to play any parts in what was going on. And every time that a camera was in her face and she was expected to start speaking on these nasty rumors, Ashley and Michael shut the crap down. And they said, we are absolutely not talking about Monique, Chris, their children, or anything else. And they shut it down. And every time she shut it down, she then called me and gave me a heads up as to what was going on. So while y'all sitting here talking about Ashley, Ashley has been more of a friend to me than Candace on a rainy day. So what else y'all need to know? So a lot of stuff be going on behind the scene. And at the end of the day, the hate is very real. And I've been saying this, and I've been trying to be the bigger person. I've been trying to just like do my part and then take my tail home. But at the point where you start trying to destroy my family and my marriage with some BS, and they need to check the credibility of the person who they're getting this information from.
And you know what's crazy? If they had facts and like real stuff, I can't be mad at them. But at the end of the day, they knew it was bogus. They knew it was a lie and literally have no information to back anything up. One thing that I stay out of the women drama. I mean, that's their show. That's their gig. It is what it is. I try to stay out of that. But at the point when people are putting my kids in their mouth and talking about my babies, my little boy ain't even 2 years old yet, just getting introduced to the world. All right, he don't even know what's going on. And you got grown people out here plotting to damage my family and my kids, and I don't appreciate it. It's a lot of ugly mess going on with a lot of these people on this show that I know about.
There's nasty rumors and there's nasty truths.
No, it's some fact stuff that I've seen with my own eyes. But you know what? I respect people's families. So some of these people out here running their mouth, they really need to pump their brakes before I get like the dude on Why Did I Get Married and say, y'all want to tell it? Let's tell it all.
When she started going on everybody.
Yeah, no, he went on everybody. And
no, it was the wife.
No, but initially the guy.
Yeah, he sure did.
But at the end of the day.
Because she was like at the end, she said, boom.
Yeah, she had her checkmate too. But what I'm saying is, that ain't my character to be, going after people, going after their family. This is the women's thing, and I respect that. All right, all of the stuff that Monique has been attacked on, and Monique is through jabs back. It is what it is. That's their fight.
I can do fun shade all day.
No doubt. But when you bringing my babies in,
right.
Like, that's fire. And y'all some dirty tricks. I don't fool with y'all. I'm not going to play this game and roll with this show and act like everything is hunky-dory. I wish I could turn into Bruce Jenner and slap the shit out of all of y'all right now. Because that's foul. That's a baby. All right? And y'all got babies. And I respect y'all families and I respect y'all babies. Y'all some dirty people and I don't appreciate it. I really don't. I'm pissed off right now. Bringing my baby in it. Putting my baby in your mouth. Like, y'all lucky that I'm a man, because I will stomp the shit out of y'all.
And he used to do that for a living, so I wouldn't try him.
I would never disrespect y'all family. But if y'all keep taking the gloves off of me, I'm telling you, I'm going to take them off back.
Yeah.
And that ain't no threat. That's just reality, because fair is fair. We've always respected, even with some of the stuff that I know for a fact.
So you heard what Monique had to say, and you definitely heard what her husband had to say. Now, some people may feel who are on this, a man needs to stay in their lane and they should never come for a woman type of, thought. You may not agree with my thoughts on this and you may not agree with Chris, but I am standing with Chris Samuels, and this is the reason why. I watched when this woman, Monique, she became a part of this cast, The Real Housewives of Potomac. And to be honest with you, besides Karen Huger, however you pronounce her last name, at the time, Monique was the only one who was actually a wife that was actually living in Potomac. I believe Ashley and her husband, they didn't really live in Potomac, maybe right on the outskirts. And then you already know Gisele, she's divorced. Robin, she's divorced, but living with her ex-husband and kids. And at the time, Charisse, who was no longer a part of the cast, she was going through a divorce, but when she started on the show, she was separated from her husband. And even though she was living in Potomac, the life that she was portraying wasn't even realistic because she hadn't even spoken to her husband in God knows how long. And so when Monique was introduced to the show, she actually was introduced as a friend of Charisse. And so Charisse, feeling slighted probably in some way that this chick who I brought on the show is now one of the main people on the show, I'm no longer a part of the cast. There was an episode in previous seasons, maybe a couple of seasons back. Monique was doing a drive to collect items for those who were affected by Hurricane Harvey that hit down in Houston, Texas area, right? And Charisse got upset and was showing her true colors, showing the green, envy, jealousy, when she felt like Monique was contacting people that she said were friends of hers, but Charisse was like, well, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have even known these people. And at the time I was thinking, well, what does that even really matter? Because this is a drive to collect items to donate to the people who are affected by the hurricane, and you're thinking about your friends, and if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't know these people, she wouldn't be friends with these people, it's because of me she knows, these people. Like, who really cares about that? But I saw that, I caught wind of it back then, let it fly. I was like, okay, whatever. It's the reality show housewives thing where people have to get upset about the littlest things that mean absolutely nothing. Well, circle forward to now. And in this season, it started out with some things where Monique was shocked that Candace had invited Charisse to her 1-year wedding anniversary party, where she didn't feel like she even really was friends with Charisse, and she felt like Candace knew that Charisse was not in a good place with her, with Monique, because of some rumors that were being spread about her. So she felt blindsided by that, and she was shocked to see her at the party. But she didn't say anything to her there. And then she met up with Gisele for lunch, and more was laid out on the table, and Monique was shocked again. So in these first few episodes, Monique is already showing that there's some things going on that are just not cool. I don't really know what's up. I thought I was friends with some of these people, but apparently, I'm not. Apparently, we're not on the same page. But Chris, her husband, this is what I want to really talk about. He has definitely shown himself to be a stand-up man for his wife. And that's why I really wanted to address this. From the first season that they were a part of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Monique was clearly not on her mother-in-law's good side. And probably for no good reason. His mom just seems to be that type where, that's my child. Nobody will ever come before me. She was, putting digs in about Monique needing to work. She needs to get a job and whatever. And was probably feeling jealous that her son is taking care of his wife as much as, or probably even more so than he is taking care of his mother. And man, when I tell you he looks just like his mom, he looks exactly like his mom. But after that first season that they appeared on there, because it was very embarrassing for her. I mean, she said something that was not cool. She put a dig in, to Monique, thinking it was funny, and Chris didn't like it. So he actually stopped talking to his mother. Some people may say that's taking it too far. That's your mom. You never know when, it's going to be her last day here on earth. You shouldn't do things like that. But I just have a huge respect for men who will stand their ground when it comes to their mothers if their mothers are being disrespectful to their spouses.
Yes, reservation for 14 under Samuels. Yes, it's a whole lot of us. Oh, this is perfect.
Don't push it, pull it back. Give it fine, yeah. Christopher,
Huh?
I left my money in the thing.
Mom, we gonna pay for this. You good? I appreciate it though.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Something to drink?
Yes. Glass of your Cabernet Sauvignon? Thank you.
They can bring me
Well,
some food.
I'll tell you what.
ready to
I'm
eat.
probably
anytime we travel. The Samuels makes it a little bit difficult, but I would just keep being me.
We got a lot to celebrate though, so we're actually thinking about moving. Because we figure we need more space, like more rooms. But with the kids, and our goal number for kids is 4.
Don't think about the future, baby.
So we I said, all right, we can maybe do 4. But these Samuels babies ain't no joke, man.
You know, we big boned it.
Man.
Baby's big boned it.
You ain't had damn big as mine.
Ooh.
I don't want to have them as big as you have. Trust me.
Mine from 10, 9, 15, and
I had
8.
9, 13, and 7, 8.
Them babies.
And
It's a
I'm
baby
good with that.
standoff.
You know the best part of it? I ain't had not one pain.
Waiter. Somebody need some more.
No, but with this house,
but
though, we'll be
anyway.
able to hold everybody down, though.
Yeah.
You might have to get a job.
No, I don't.
You might get a job.
No, I
Why
don't.
we need a job?
He did so good with the way Chris is so frugal.
We good.
We good for the rest of the 100 years to come.
You need to hook me up or something.
I need to get a job. I'm wifey. Wifey ain't gonna get no job. We're good.
And so Monique, she definitely did share that on that season's reunion. She said, he hasn't spoken to his mother. I was a little bit surprised by it, but I actually did respect it, because with people like his mother, you probably have to go to those extreme measures to get them to see that, look, you're wrong. The way you were speaking to my wife, it's not cool. The way you treat my wife, it's not cool. If you want to have a relationship with me, you have to respect my wife. And I absolutely loved that and respected it, and still do to this day. Well, in the not this current season, but the season prior to this current season, when Monique was having I don't know if it was a gender reveal party or if it was just a regular old baby shower, Monique had a miscarriage prior to the most recent pregnancy that they have. And so she was sharing some things about that, and Chris's mother was there, and she actually apologized to Monique. I don't know if it was a forced apology, but either way, she did apologize, and that was big of her to do that. Because I believe she realized that, look, if I want to have any space in my son's life and in my grandchildren's lives, I'm going to have to respect my daughter-in-law, whether I like her or not. And that's just it. So I really did admire that. And I really do admire and respect Chris for standing up for his wife. When they were at the wedding of Candace, and at the wedding reception, Gisele wanted to confront Monique. And at the time Monique was pregnant, Chris, he got his wife together and said, come on, baby, let's go. We're going to go over here. He wasn't going to let this woman sit and harass her or sit and argue with her over some foolishness when his wife is expecting their baby and he's trying to keep her stress-free, drama-free. The fact that he stood up and said, no, let's go, baby, we're going to go over here. I absolutely love that. That is huge. So I do believe that with the rumors that are going on right now, and Chris was just fed up, every word that he said, he had every right to say. He didn't put his hands on any of these women. He didn't, violently threaten them. He didn't, claim that he was going to do any bodily harm to them. But he did let them know, if you were men, I definitely would go there with you because you deserve it. And I agree with him. I love the fact that he stood his ground. He stood there with his wife. He is not going to allow people to come in between him and his wife and their marriage and their family. And Monique shared that, this person who used to be her good friend, her best friend, she even said, she was going through some things in her marriage, and she brought this person into their home, and this person tried to come on to her husband, and her husband shut it down. And I believe that you have to be so careful about who you bring around your spouse, especially if you're in a good place and that person is not, because misery loves company. And a lot of times it's not even intentional. And when I say it's not intentional, what I mean by that is all of these things are spiritual, guys. It starts in a spiritual aspect and then it flows in the natural if you allow yourself to be subject to that spirit. So if her best friend, or former best friend, I should say, subjected herself to the spirit of trying to seduce her husband because she's miserable, she's going through a divorce, and now she wants to try to wreak havoc in her best friend's household so that she can be miserable like her, she allowed herself to be subjected to that, and Chris shut it down. And how disgusting and how disrespectful could you be? But unfortunately, a lot of people are. So you have to be careful about who you bring around. And so the fact that Monique brought this woman into her house, it was not a good move, but she learned the hard way. And now that person and her are no longer friends. But to see Chris stand up for his wife, stand up to these women, let them know that they are just trash, I loved it. I was here for it. He had absolutely every right to go there. And he even made mention of how Gisele is disrespectful to him. She calls him big boy. I do believe that Gisele means what she says when she calls him that. And what I mean by that is that she is not joking about it. She is jealous of the relationship that Monique has with her husband. She is. She's shown it from the very beginning when she met Monique on this show.
Hopefully we have a lovely afternoon. Hey! You came! You look gorgeous.
You're looking beautiful. I like that. Is that Cavalli?
Oh, you're looking fabulous. Baker.
Okay.
My name's Monique. Nice to meet you. I didn't get to meet you.
Monique.
I don't got the coins like that,
Good to
girl.
see you. Y'all know this is one of my favorite places in the entire world.
Ah, good.
High tea, I love high tea. Didn't know I was going to be meeting any new friends here today. With Princess Leia hair, Star Wars, really? That's what we doing?
You are friends with...
Charisse.
With Charisse?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got here before your friend. Ain't that nice?
Yeah.
Ain't that some proper?
She actually invited me
properness?
too.
I invited her.
Oh, you did?
Monique and I spent a little bit of time together at Pure Bar the other day.
Oh, nice.
Whenever there are new people that come into our circle, Gisele feels it is her responsibility to haze them.
Your husband's much older, I take it. Okay, very good.
Oh, how old are you?
55.
So y'all are popping the Viagra.
She's the self-appointed hazer of our crew. I think she enjoys it, though.
So you from the area?
We're actually looking for a home in Potomac, Maryland.
You don't have a home?
I have 4 homes.
Okay.
I ain't mad with you. Just run down the real estate information.
You go, girl. She got that shade really quickly. She's on point.
And, let's face it, Gisele, she's not in a happy place. She has not been in a happy place relationship-wise since she has been on this show. She has tried to date people while she's been on the show. She's now supposedly back with her ex-husband. She's big-upping him and, speaking so highly of him. But yet, when you introduced this man to us in the first season, you said that he loved to hide his salami. So what has changed about him? He's got more notoriety, maybe. He's got a bigger church. He's got more followers, getting more tithes and offerings. Okay, cool. But Gisele definitely is jealous of Monique, and that's just the short of the long story. I don't know what Monique could have ever done to her to have her feel the way that she feels about her, except just be happy and be in a successful relationship, have a successful partner, and having a successful and prosperous life, and having the life that Gisele probably wished that she did have with her husband. Because if she didn't want that, then she never would have gotten married to the guy that she got married to, which is Pastor Jamal Bryant, which she has 3 children with right now. So, Chris, kudos to you, man. You are a stand-up brother. You're a stand-up man. Continue to stand up for your wife. I love to see relationships like this because unfortunately, we don't see enough of this. There is just so much out there about how marriage is archaic. It's, it's an old institution. Marriages don't work. you have to have an open relationship, like just all of these negative things when it comes to marriage. But I do believe that there are a number of marriages like these that just are not showcased. So I am really grateful to Bravo and to the Real Housewives of Potomac for showcasing a relationship such as this. And is every relationship perfect? Absolutely not. Is Monique perfect? Absolutely not. Is Chris perfect? No, of course not. No one is perfect. But we see too much imperfections that it makes us, sometimes just long for something that is of normalcy and that is healthy, on the outside. And we are on the outside looking in. So we just want to see more like this. I can say I would love to see more like this. So I hope that they continue to showcase their relationship for everyone to see, because they put it out there on their platform. So I think it is a great thing. But you guys, I would love to know how you feel about it. How do you feel about Chris and him standing up for his wife? Do you feel like he went too far with what he was, saying to the women, how he addressed them? Or, do you feel that he was right to be in his feelings the way that he was? And how do you feel about the other women coming for their relationship and trying to, say things are going on that may or may not be true? Whether it is or not, it's really none of our business. And to try to tear down a relationship, just like Monique said, you proclaim Black Lives Matter, but you're trying to tear down a Black relationship. It's crazy. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on this, and I appreciate you guys listening to this podversation. You can continue to support by clicking the links in the description box. And I am the Minister of Beauty, thanking you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until next time, have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.